Hi, welcome students. Today we are going to discuss microbes in sewage treatment. As far as the microbes in human welfare is concerned, we have seen the use of microbes in our day-to-day life for the manufacture of various kinds of food material, the manufacturing of different kinds of antibiotics that has brought about a breakthrough in the treatment of different kinds of diseases and the bioactive molecules also. These bioactive molecules have the capability to treat some dreadful diseases such as heart disease, organ transplant like problems that nowadays is prevalent much more than the previous years. Wastewater treatment is the process of treating wastewater which is generated in towns and cities and can be the municipal waste or domestic waste. This municipal or domestic waste is primarily containing the human excreta, organic matter, and industrial waste also. But the sewage generated from any source can either be disposed of into the water bodies or it can be disposed of into wide open barren land area. It is likely to cause water pollution if it is disposed of into water, or may cause landscape pollution if it is disposed of into barren land area. So, sewage treatment is done to reduce the toxic effect of wastewater that is present that contains the various organic matter, etc. This treatment of wastewater is done in two phases. First one is known as the primary treatment. The physical separation of particles big and small from the sewage through filtration is done in the primary treatment. It may be floating debris and the removal by sequential filtration. Sequential filtration has the mesh like structure. The bigger whole mesh separates the bigger debris. Thereafter, the smaller and the smaller mesh is arranged so that the big and the small all kinds of debris can be separated. After this sequential filtration, the remaining part of the sewage has soil and pebbles, and it is separated by the sedimentation in the sedimentation tank. Grit and pebbles get settled in the bottom in the primary settling tank, where the settled material is forming the primary sludge and the supernatant forms the effluent. The above treatment is done in primary settling tank, and effluent from this tank is sent to the sent for the secondary treatment of the sewage. The secondary treatment The secondary treatment is the process in which effluent obtained from the primary settling tank is passed into a large aeration tank where air is pumped into it, and the effluent is given a constant mechanical agitation. Here, growth of various microbes takes place into flocks. These microbes consume the major part of the organic matter present in the effluent. This significantly reduces the BOD of the effluent. Now, this BOD is one very important topic in this connection and requires thorough discussion. BOD is the biological oxygen demand of the effluent. BOD refers to the amount of oxygen that would be consumed if all the organic matter in 1 liter of water were oxidized by the bacteria. The sewage water is treated till BOD is reduced. The BOD test measures the uptake of oxygen by microorganisms in a sample of water, and thus indirectly BOD is a measure of the organic matter present in the water. The greater the BOD of wastewater, more is its polluting potential. Once the BOD of sewage or wastewater is reduced significantly, the effluent is then passed into the settling tank where the bacterial flocks are allowed to sediment. The sediment is called activated sludge that contains flocks of microorganisms which has large number of bacteria and fungi. A small part of the activated sludge is pumped back into aeration tank to serve as inoculum. There in the activated sludge that contains the microorganisms like bacteria and fungi is again sent into the aeration tank where they start to grow and air is supplied into the tank. Mechanical agitation is there, so air scarcity is not at all faced by these microorganisms.